Hello dear friends, now we are going to learn the methods of sequence based protein prediction. So already we have learned the primary structure analysis and prediction methods, secondary structure analysis and prediction method. Also we have learned about tertiary structure prediction methods. So these are the structural levels of protein: primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. Already we have learned that primary structure is nothing but the assembly of amino acids. When some amino acids fold, they form a secondary structure. The packing of specific secondary structure forms tertiary structure, and the interactions between two or more tertiary structures forms quaternary structure. So there are methods for structure prediction based on sequence. After prediction, one can go for the energy minimization to get the low energy structure, and after that, that structure is validated to get a exact predicted structure. So this is the flow chart. So there are few methods which based on the protein sequence. There are main two fundamental approaches being used for protein structure prediction, which is based on sequence. One is the pattern recognition approach, and second is the ab initio methods. So pattern recognition methods based on the pairwise alignment, some based on multiple alignments, some based on use of motifs, domains, patterns, fingerprints, etc. So already we have discussed about what is motif, what is domain, what is pattern, what is fingerprints. So based on this, this percentage identity of between two sequences or more than two sequences is considered. An ab initio method, what that does, MD simulation stands for molecular dynamics simulation. We will going to learn. We are going to learn the Monte Carlo. What is the? It is a mathematical algorithm. Then the genetic algorithms, mutations like algorithms are there, and there is one method that is lattice method, which is a statistical method. So let's talk about pattern recognition approaches, how they work. So pattern recognition methods are based on the percentage identity. So percentage identity is an important indicator level of evolutionary divergence. So there is an functional or structural similarity between the sequences. So when the pairwise sequence alignment is performed, when the two sequences are showing more than 50% identity. If the two sequences are there, suppose these are the two sequences. Suppose this is the first sequence, this is second sequence, this is third sequence, fourth, and likewise sequences are there. If two sequences are showing more than suppose these two sequences are there and they are showing more than 50% sequence similarity. When the pairwise sequence alignment is performed between two sequences and they are show more than 50% sequence similarity, at that time the pairwise sequence alignment is used. But if two sequences don't have maximum sequence similarity, in this case, but they showing if the sequence similarity is in between 30 to 50%, then multiple alignment is used. If two sequences have 20 to 30% identity, then use of motifs, because motifs already that we have learned that they are smaller parts. Okay, so smaller parts which are present in a protein. Suppose this is a protein, one protein, and this is a motif, that is either helix turn helix, helix loop helix, or likewise different types of motifs are there, and motifs form a specific domain. Some domains, motifs, profiles are used when there is a less sequence similarity, that is 20 to 30% sequence similarity is there. And suppose if less than 20% sequence similarity is there, so there is no statistical significance for structure prediction, because very less structure similarity is there. So homology modeling or trading is not is used in these cases. Okay, so these are the pattern recognition methods. If more the similarity, more the structures or sequences are homologous, more the homology is there. So this is the first approach, that is pattern recognition methods. Second approach is the ab initio approach. So these methods build models from given sequence. There is no template is used. Okay, as we have learned in the homology modeling, specific sequence is used, then alignment is used. After alignment, the blast is performed. Blast, we gives you the template, and template target alignment you can do. After doing the target template alignment, one can go for the homology modeling by using SPDBV, by using homology modeling, by using modeler, or other methods you can use. But in ab initio approaches, there is no template is used. These methods rely on thermodynamic hypothesis of a protein folding. And there are few methods, that is EMD simulation method, Monte Carlo method, genetic algorithm methods, lattice method. So in detail about these all methods, Professor K.D. Sononis sir in the will teach you in detail in the fourth paper, third and fourth unit of this paper. So I'm just highlighting or giving an idea about these approaches. So let's understand what is molecular dynamic simulation, that which is also called as EMD simulation. It is a computer simulation method for analyzing the physical movements of atoms and molecules. So with the help of computer, one can analyze the movement of atoms and molecules. The atoms and molecules are allowed to interact for a fixed period of time, giving a view of the dynamic evolution of the system. So this is the molecular dynamic simulation. So this is the initial structure, and this is the which is also called starting structure. The structure checked, the structure is checked production state, solvation, adding system, and after addition of solvation system, the preparation of simulation of system is carried out, and this structure is rotated. The select is simulation protocol, and after simulation run, the RMST, that is RMST, based on RMST the stable structure is determined. So this totally structure detection or trajectory analysis carried out on the thermodynamic properties. So as is mentioned here, it is based on the thermodynamics of the structure, thermodynamics, dynamic evolution of the structure. So next is the Monte Carlo simulation. So Monte Carlo simulation is a technique which used to understand the impact, risk, and uncertainty in the financial, project management, cost, and other forecasting models. A Monte Carlo simulator helps to visualize most or all of the potential outcomes to have a better idea regarding the risk of decision. So next is the genetic algorithm. Genetic algorithm are one of the most powerful and applicable search methods. These are available and originally developed by John Holland in 1975. There are three general approaches. In first, genetic algorithm is used to search the space of prediction patterns in order to identify a set of patterns that individually do well at predicting a subset of target events and collectively predict the most of the target events. In second, the initial alignment scores alignments are scored by some of the pairs methods. Standard amino acid scoring matrices and gap expression penalties are used. Standard amino acid scoring matrices, gap and open gap extension profiles are used. So initial alignments are replaced to give another generation of multiple sequence alignment. Half are chosen to proceed on charge neutral selection. Half proceeds with introduction of mutation chosen by best scoring alignment. So lattice is a statistical model seeks to recreate protein folding by minimizing the free energy of the contract between hydrophobic amino acid. Different lattice type algorithms were used to study protein folding with HP model. So initially the molecules are randomly present, so each particle has a rule on how to move and interact. So before such kind of arrangement is there is the lot of difference in between two molecules, and after the lattice they will come close together, so this is all about sequence based protein prediction methods. So in the next lecture we will going to, okay, so this is all about my syllabus.